season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. Strat-O-Matic recently announced that they will be re-releasing the card version of the 1976 season, so we decided let's play the 1976 playoffs all the way starting at the championship series for both leagues. In 1976, the Big Red Machine, the Cincinnati Reds, beat the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, in 4 games as the Reds swept the Yankees. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to be managing the Yankees in the American League, the Reds in the National League, and see if we can help them advance to the World Series. And in this episode, we will be doing the American League Championship Series game number 2 between the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City currently holds a 1-0 series lead as they won Game 1 at home as Larry Gura got his revenge against his former team and his former manager, Billy Martin, in the New York Yankees. Gura pitched a gem, going 9 innings, a complete game shutout, allowing only 4 hits, and really sticking it to Billy Martin, who refused to play Gura during 76 because he disliked him so much. So the Yankees traded him to the Royals, and obviously Gura got his revenge. But now we are entering into game number 2, where I hope to lead the Bronx Bombers back and tie the series and split this road trip 1-1 as we go back to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. After that, we will go to the National League Championship Series, where we will starting in Game 1, where the Cincinnati Reds will be on the road against the Philadelphia Phillies. But now let's meet the starters for Game 2 for the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. For the New York Yankees, Game 2 starters, it will be Rivers, the center fielder, leading off. White, the left fielder, will be batting second. Munson, the catcher, will be batting third. May will be the DH today. He'll be batting fourth. Nettles, the third baseman, will be batting fifth. Chambliss, the first baseman, will be batting sixth. The right fielder today will be Gamble, who will be batting 7th. Randolph, the second baseman, will be batting 8th. And Stanley, the shortstop, will be batting 9th. On the mound will be Ed Figueroa. He went 19-10 with a 3.02 ERA. He started 34 games for the Bronx Bombers. For the Kansas City Royals, they will be starting off today with Wolford in left field. Collins will be in center, batting second. George Brett will be batting third, playing third base, and Mayberry, the first baseman, will be batting fourth. Hal McRae will again be the DH. He'll be batting fifth. Poquette will be in right field, batting sixth. White, the second baseman, batting 7th. Paddock, the shortstop, batting 8th. And again, Buck Martinez, the catcher, will be batting 9th. So let's get ready to do Game 2. But before we do, we're going to ask you guys, take a quick moment. Please hit that thumbs up button and like the video. Really appreciate if you guys would subscribe to the channel and see all of our newest content. And lastly, leave any comments, questions, or snide remarks in the comment section down below. So now let's go ahead. Let's do Game 2 between the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals in the American League Championship Series. All right, so here we are at Royals Stadium. It is October 10th, 7:15. We are looking to come back and take Game 2 to split this little road trip and go back to Yankee Stadium. And so here we go with the first pitch. Leonard on the mound, Rivers at bat, and Rivers is going to start off with a ground ball to White at second base. That's going to be 1 down. Here is White, and he's going to hit a fly ball to Collins in center field, who's going to have to make a run, and he does get there with a highlight film play. An incredible play to save an extra base hit. So that's going to be 2 down, and now Thurman Munson's up. He had 302 with 17 home runs, and he's going to hit by a pitch. So Munson on base as Leonard loses control, and let's see if May can get him in, and he's going to unfortunately hit a ground ball back to the pitcher, so that's going to be the 3rd out. So we now go to the bottom of the first. Wolford getting the start today. The left fielder hit 249. He's going to pop out. The Stanley is short, so that's going to be 1 down. Here is Collins. He's going to hit a ground ball to Randolph at second. That's going to be 2 down. And now George Brett is up, and he needs a 1-3 on the pitcher's card for a home run. It's going to be an 18, so it will be good enough for a double. So the first hit of the game, as George Brett is in scoring position with Mayberry, the first baseman, up. He hit 232, not very good average, but did have 13 home runs. And he's going to draw a walk as we try to pitch carefully around him. And so with runners on first and second now, Hal McRae is up. He hit 332 with 8 home runs. And he is going to passed ball as Munson unable to bring that one in. And so now runners are on second and third. We are going to still pitch to Hal McRae. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Nettles for us to get out of that one. Nice! That was looking dangerous for a little bit there, but we are able to survive. And so with no runs crossing the plate, we now go into the top of the second. Nettles, the third baseman, is up. He had 32 home runs. He's going to hit a ground ball to Mayberry at first for 1 down. And now Chambliss is up. He needs a 1-11. And he's going to get a 2.
Swinging a drive to right. And that one's gone.
So that will be a home run for Chambliss as we jump up 1-0 with a 1-out solo shot. And now Gamble is up. The man with the greatest afro in Major League Baseball history is going to hit a fly ball to Cowens in center field for the second out. Now Willie Randolph's up, and he needs a 1-8 for a single. He's going to get a 16. So that's going to be a line out to second base for the third out. But we do add a run in the top of the second. And so here we go. Poquette is up, and he is going to draw a leadoff walk to start off the inning. And now White is up.
Just a bit outside.
A wild pitch as Poquette takes second. So now White is up. He hit 229. He's going to hit a fly ball to Rivers in center field, who is not the best player in the outfield. But we don't have very strong defense, to be honest with you. No ones except for Munson. But Rivers is able to make that one, so it is shallow enough that Poquette has to stay at second. And now Paddock is up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley, and there's going to be an injury as Paddock has to go out of the game for the rest of this one. And so they're going to have to bring in another player, but that will be 2 down. And now Buck Martinez is up, and Buck Martinez is going to hit a ground ball back to Figueroa, and that's going to be an out. So we get out of the inning again with a runners in scoring position. And so we now lead at the end of 2 innings, 1-0. And here is Stanley, our shortstop. He had 238. And he's a 1-8. He's going to get a 2. So another good roll for us as we now have a leadoff runner. And now Rivers, the center fielder, is up. He hit 312. He's going to hit a fly ball to Cowens in center field. And that's going to be 1 down. And now White is up. He needs a 1-11. It's going to be a 10.
You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
And so White takes this shot into left center field for our second home run, as that's going to give us a 3-0 lead. We are hitting dingers today at Kansas City's Royal Stadium. And now Munson is up. Munson got hit by the pitch. In the first, he's going to pop out. So that's going to be the second out. And now May is up, and he's going to be struck out. So a strikeout in that one to end the inning. And we go in the bottom of the third with the leadoff man, Wolford, up. He's going to be struck out. Figueroa with a good pitch there. Cowens is up with 1 away. And he is going to be the 1-6. He's not going to get it. It's going to be a 12. So that's going to be a line out to Stanley at short for the second out. And now George Brett, who doubled, is going to line out to the third baseman, Nettles. So that's going to be the third out. So at the end of 3, the Bronx Bombers are up 3-0. We have 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 of which were home runs. We have not committed an error. Kansas City has 0 runs. They've only gotten 1 hit, though they twice have had runners in scoring position, and they have committed 0 errors. So top of the 4th, here's Nettles, the third baseman, our power hitter. And he is going to rip a ball into right center field.
Adios, pelota!
Crushes that one. Our third home run of the game. And now Chambers is up, who homered in the second inning with a solo shot. And he's going to hit a ground ball to White. That's going to be one down. And now here is Gamble. He's going to hit a ground ball to White. White makes a play. And so that's going to be the second out. Now Willie Randolph's up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to White. This one's easy. That's going to be the third out. And so now we go bottom of the fourth. Figueroa with a great gem of a game so far. He's going to get Stanley to ground out. That's going to be one down. And now McRae lifts one in the left field, a routine fly ball for White. That's going to be 2 outs. And now Poquette is up, and he's going to be struck out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning in the fourth inning, and now we go to the top of the fifth, and Stanley's up. He needs a 1-2 for a double. He gets the 11, so it's going to be good enough for a single. So Stanley again on base, and now Rivers is up. The leadoff man, he is 0-2. He did hit .312. He needs a 1-4 for a home run. Everything else is a double, and he rolls a 1.
There it goes. See ya.
Another home run for the Bronx Bombers, who are answering the dud of a game in the first game of the series, have responded with showing their power. Now White is up. The left fielder, he's going to hit a fly ball to center field. That's going to be the first out. And now Thurman Munson's up. He's been hit by a pitch. He's popped out, and he's going to rip a single into right field. So that's going to put him on base. And we're going to try to see if we can keep on adding to these runs. He can get a lead.
He's out!
But Munson is going to be thrown out at second. Probably wasn't the smartest thing with a 6-0 lead. But you live and die with stolen bases sometimes, and that's what happened. Now May is up. And May needs a 1-18 for a single. He's going to get a 14, so he's on base. And now Craig Nettles is up. He had a home run, and he's going to hit a grounder back to the pitcher. That's going to be an out. So bottom of the sixth, here we go. Figueroa pitching a great game. He's going to be going against White. He needs a 1-3. He gets a 2. So the 20 dice roll does not work in our favor, even though it has this entire game. White is going to lead off with a single. And now here is Quirk, who came in after the injury, and he's going to hit into a 4-6-3 double play. 2 down, and now Buck Martinez, the future manager's up. He's going to hit a fly ball to right field to Gamble. And he sees through that afro of his and is able to bring that one in. That's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the sixth, here's Chambliss, who has a home run. He's going to hit a fly ball to Cowens in center field for an easy out. 1 down, and now Gamble's up. He has 0-2, and he's going to be 0-3 with a fly ball to right field for 2 down. And now Randolph, who's also 0-2, is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Quirk at short for a 1-2-3 inning, and we go into the bottom of the sixth. Figueroa only has allowed 2 hits so far, and Wolford, the leadoff man, is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Nettles at third for 1 down. And now Cowens is up, and he's going to pull the ball into left field for White, who has to jog just a little bit to bring that one in. And now Brett, who has one of their 2 hits, is up, and he is going to need a 1-6 for a triple. Everything else is a single. He gets a 14. So that will be a single, the third hit of the game for Kansas City, twice by George Brett. And now Mayberry is up. He's going to draw a walk, the third walk of the game by Figueroa. So runners on first and second. Hal McRae has a chance to cut this lead in half with a home run. He had 8 of them in 1976.
Just a bit outside.
A wild pitch by Figueroa.
Bruh.
And so now Hal McRae with, again, runners on second and third. I believe this happened in the first inning. Has a chance to help his team out. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley for a third out. So again, unable to take advantage of the opportunity as we escape that one. And now Stanley, who is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, is up to bat. And he is going to hit a ground ball to second base. That's going to be the first time he does not get on base. 1 down. And now Rivers is up, and he is going to need a 1 For a double, it's going to be an 8, so it's going to be double in this one. So with 1 out, he's in scoring position. And now the left fielder right is up. He had 286 with 14 home runs. The switch hitting left fielder trying to see if he can add a run. And he's going to draw a walk. So runners on first and second with 1 out. As our best player, Munson, is up. He had 302, 17 home runs. He's been hit by a pitch. He's gotten a single. He's popped out. And this time he is going to foul out behind home plate as Buck Martinez brings that one in. So that's going to be the second out, but May is up, who has a single in the 5th inning, and he's going to be struck out. So that does not help us as we now go into the bottom of the 7th. They have their right fielder, Paquette, White on deck, and then Quirk in the hole. Here's Paquette. He's over 1. He has drawn a walk. He's going to hit a ground ball to Randolph. That's going to be 1 down. And now White, who has one of their hits today, is going to hit a fly ball to center field for 2 down. And now Quirk is up. He grounded out into the double play, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Randolph, who makes a nice play as he has to do something there, and he does. So that will be the 3rd out as we go into the top of the 8th. Figueroa pitching a great game. Has not allowed a run and has only given up 3 hits. Top of the 8th here is Nettles. He had a home run, a solo shot in the 4th, and he's going to be struck out. Leonard's 3rd strikeout of the game. And now Chambliss is up. He's going to hit a ground ball to Brett. So that's going to be an out. And now Gamble, who's over 3, is up. He's going to hit a fly ball. So a 1-2-3 inning, as we are not able to generate any runners on base. And we are now in the bottom of the 8th. Buck Martinez, who's over 2, is up. He's going to rip a single to opposite field for their 4th hit, as they are trying to bounce back and answer with only 6 outs remaining. Here is Wolford, the leadoff man. He's over 3, and he's a 1-19. He's going to get a single. So that is going to not help us, as they have runners on first and second. Cowens is up. He had 265 with 3 home runs, and he needs a 1-15 for a double. Or 1-5 for a double. He gets a 15. So that is going to be the bases loaded with no outs. And we are going to check out our bullpen. And we decided to bring in the left-handed reliever, Grant Jackson. He does well in the relief, but we had to pull Figueroa. Hated to do it since he had a shutout going. But with 3 guys on base and no outs in the top of the 8th, we cannot risk it in the playoffs. So here is Jackson going against George Brett, who is 2 for 3. He has a double and a single. Let's see if we can get out of this one. George Brett is going to line out to Nettles. 1 down. Good job by Jackson. Here is Mayberry. He has 2 walks in this one. He's 0 for 1. And a balk.
Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Has been called. So that is going to score a run. Runners advance to second and third. Mayberry only hit 232. Does much better against right-handed hitters. He had 13 home runs. So here we go. Can Jackson get him out? And he's going to get Mayberry to pop out the Chambliss at first. So that's going to be the second out. And now Hal McRae is up. The DH hit 332 with 8 home runs. Going to see if we want to bring in a reliever in this one. And we decided to stick with Grant Jackson. And so here it is. Hal McRae, 0 for 3 today. The DH hit 332 with 8 home runs. Does hit better against left-handers. So here we go. Here's the pitch, and Jackson gets him to ground out the short.
Brilliant!
For an inning-ending 3rd out, as we escape that one with very minimal damage. That could have been really, really bad. But Jackson comes in and gets us out of the 8th inning, only allowing 1 run to score. Unfortunately, it was on a balk. But we now go into the top of the 9th with a 6-1 comfortable lead. And now Willie Randolph is up to lead us off. He's going to hit a ground ball to George Brett, who has to make a play, and he does. So that's going to be 1 down. And now Stanley, who's 2 for 3, is up. He's going to hit a pop-up behind home plate for the 2nd out. And now Rivers, our leadoff man, is up. He's 2 for 4. He has a home run, and he has a double. So he's been hitting well in this one. And he's going to pop out a little lazy ball in front of the home plate for the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning. We now go into the bottom of the 9th. We're going to let Jackson continue. Poquette is up, the right fielder. He's going to need a 1-16 on the pitcher's card for a triple. Everything else is a double. So he's going to lead off with a triple. And now White is up, the 7th batter in their lineup. The second baseman's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley. We're just going to take the easy out, not worry about the runner on 3rd. That's 1 down, and now Quirk is up. And they are going to bring in Amos Otis to pinch hit, as Jackson now has to face Otis with a couple of right-handers coming up. We are now definitely going to bring in a relief pitcher. And we decided to go with our closer, Sparky Lyle. So Lyle coming in with 1 out in the 9th, going against Otis. And here's the pitch, and a 1-4 for a triple. It's going to be a 19, so it is still good enough for a hit, a single. So Otis is on first. Buck Martinez is up to bat. They're going to let him hit. He's going to hit a ground ball to Lyle. He's going to throw to 2nd for a fielder's choice, getting the lead runner. Martinez does end up on first, so with 2 down. Now the leadoff man, Wolford, is up, and he is 1 for 4 with a single in the 8th, and he's going to draw a walk. So the tying run is on deck. Cowens, who's 1 for 4, is up, the center fielder. He's going to rip a single.
Uh-oh, Spadudio.
So the bases are now loaded. George Brett is up. Man, we are putting ourselves in some serious hole here in the last couple of innings. George Brett is 2 for 4. He has a double. He has a single. Luckily, he does not have a lot of power. He only has about a 0.8% chance for a home run. I like those odds. He hit 333 in 1976. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the 9th. The tying run is at the plate. Can Lyle get out of this one? And George Brett is going to rip a single. And we are going to keep the runners from advancing. We will allow the 2 runners to score, but we are going to keep Brett at first. We're going to keep Cowens at 2nd. So now the tying run is on base. The winning run is at the plate in Mayberry, as he is 0 for 2. He has 2 walks so far. Lyle, you're stressing me out, bro. Mayberry up to bat, and he's going to hit a ground ball back to Lyle, and Lyle is able to make a play. He had to do something defensively there. He does. As we escape that one, man, that came down and was really danger. And that's going to end the game, as Lyle does come in and finish it off. Figueroa with a great game, but we win this one in game 2, 6-4. Split the road trip, and now we'll be going back to Yankee Stadium. There you go, game 2 of the American League Championship Series from 1976. We are managing the New York Yankees, and we were able to be victorious in this one, getting 4 home runs in the middle innings by 4 different hitters to be able to jump to a 6-0 lead. But Kansas City made it quite a game, as they were getting runners on base in the last couple of innings. And they eventually even got the tying run on base in the bottom of the 9th, but they were not able to take advantage and get him across the plate. So at the end of the day, we win this one 6-4, not up the series at 1 apiece. And now the next 3 games of this best-of-5 series will be at Yankee Stadium in New York. So it's looking good for us to be able to return and take the New York Yankees back to the World Series. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to do. Until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one. Bye.